The Royal Palace of Madrid is the official residence of the Spanish royal family at the city of Madrid, although now is used only for state ceremonies. The palace has 135,000 square meters or 1,450,000 square feet of floor space and contains 3,418 rooms. It is the largest functioning royal palace and the largest by floor area in Europe. The palace was initially built by Muhammad I, Umayyad Emir of Cordoba, between 860 and 880. After the Moors were driven out of Toledo in the 11th century, the castle retained its defensive function. Henry III of Castile added several towers. His son John II used it as a royal residence. During the War of the Castilian Succession, the troops of Joana la Beltraneja were besieged in the Alcazar, during which the building suffered severe damage. The only drawing of the castle from the Middle Ages is one from 1534 by Cornelius Vermeyen. Emperor Charles V, with the architects Alonso de Covarrubias and Luis de Vega, extended and renovated the castle in 1537. Philip II made Madrid his capital in 1561 and continued the renovations with new additions. Philip III added a long southern facade between 1610 and 1636. Philip V of Bourbon renovated the royal apartments in 1700. The Alcazar of the Habsburgs was austere in comparison to the Palace of Versailles, where the new king had spent his childhood, and he began a series of redesigns mainly planned by Teodoro Ardemans and René Carlier, with the main rooms being redecorated by Queen Maria Louisa of Savoy and the Princess of Orsins in the style of French palaces. On Christmas Eve 1734, the Alcazar was destroyed by a fire that originated in the rooms of the French painter Jean Ranc. Response to the fire was delayed due to the warning bells being confused with the call to mass. For fear of looting, the doors of the building remained closed, hampering rescue efforts. Many works of art were lost, such as the Expulsion of the Moors by Diego Velázquez. Others, such as La Meninas, were rescued by tossing them out the windows. Fortunately, many pieces were saved because shortly before the blaze, the king ordered that much of his collection be moved to the Buen Retiro Palace. This fire lasted 4 days and completely destroyed the old Alcazar, whose remaining walls were finally demolished in 1738. Italian architect Filippo Hubara oversaw work on the new palace and devised a lavish project of enormous proportions inspired by Bernini's plans for the Louvre. This plan was not realized due to Hubara's untimely death in March 1736. His disciple Giambattista Sacchetti, also known as Juan Bautista Sacchetti or Giovanni Battista Sacchetti, was chosen to continue the work of his mentor. Sacchetti designed the structure to encompass a large square courtyard and resolve sightline problems by creating projecting wings. In 1760, Charles III called upon Sicilian Francesco Sabatini, a neoclassical architect, to enlarge the building. Sabatini's original idea was to frame the Plaza de la Armeria with a series of galleries and arcades to accommodate various dependencies. By constructing 2 wings along the square, only the extension of the southeast tower known as La de San Gil was completed. Sabatini also planned to extend the north side with a large wing that echoed the style of the main building and included 3 square courtyards that would be smaller than the large central courtyard. Work on his expansion started quickly but was soon interrupted, leaving the foundations buried under a platform on which the royal stables were later built. The stables were demolished in the 20th century and replaced by the Sabatini Gardens. Charles III first occupied the palace in 1764. In the 19th century, Ferdinand VII, who spent many years imprisoned in the Chateau de Balancay, began the most thorough renovation of the palace. The aim of this redesign was to turn the old-fashioned Italian-style building into a modern French-style palace. However, his grandson Alfonso XII proposed to turn the palace into a Victorian-style residence. Alfonso's plans were designed by the architect Jose Segundo de Lema and consisted of remodeling several rooms, replacing marble floors with parquet, and adding period furniture. In the 20th century, restoration work was needed to repair damage suffered during the Spanish Civil War by repairing or reinstalling decoration and decorative trim and replacing damaged walls with faithful decorations of the original. The interior of the palace is notable also for its wealth of art and the use of many types of fine materials in the construction and the decoration of each room. It includes paintings by artists such as Caravaggio, Juan de Flandes, Francisco de Goya, and Velázquez, and frescoes by Giovanni Battista Tiepolo, Corrado Giacinto, and Anton Rafael Mengs. Other collections of great historical and artistic importance preserved in the building include the Royal Armory of Madrid, porcelain, watches, furniture, silverware, and the world's only complete Stradivarius string quintet.